And Ron, we're back with another question from one of our members. Ron, they said, if some of our family members are on a different timeline, but still coming along parallel to our journey, will at some point they pull away or separate from us, or will we be pulling them along with us in our ascension?
It's an excellent question, and I'm going to kind of say something that might be a little bit disappointing. We have children, we have friends, but they are individuals who are created by Prime Creator and have gone through the processes of getting a soul and so on. And they come down here to the earth, and so we have children, and it's a very bonding and loving experience, yes. But when we're talking about ascension and things like this, it is very personal. And we want it to be a family oriented set of circumstances. And we, as the parent, the responsible one for the family sort of thing, um, we want to be sure that the children have the greatest opportunity to ascend, and we need to realize that there's nothing we can do. They have to do it themselves. We may have to say goodbye to our children, to our brothers and sisters, to our family, to our close friends. It's not the sort of thing that we want to think about as we're living here in third dimension. But the reality is that third dimension is not real anyway. I mean, you step out in front of a semi and tell me it's not real. Um, the great chances are that you'll be killed. So it's not fair to say that third dimension is not real, but it's not. It's a lie. It's called Maya in Eastern religions, and it's called Satan in Western religions. Satan just simply means a lie. And because this is physicality, this is not our natural state. Nothing physical is in its natural state. It's all created spiritually before it's put on the earth. But it's a spiritual individuals. It's a spiritual experience, and it's hard to separate in our minds the reality that we're not parents in the higher realms. We're not parents. We're not the and we don't have children that as in the higher realms. That's not true. They come here and we want to have a child and they go through the list of the people that want and oh I'd like to choose those people for my mother and father and that's kind of the way that it works out. We choose our parents before we come here. We don't choose our children, but they get to choose us because we're here first. So in trying to answer this question, is it a parallel journey? Not if you still think you're the parent and have to pull them along through the ascension process. No, that's not a correct way of looking at it. They have to create their future for themselves. There's nothing, and I'm saying it this way, there's nothing you can do. They have to do it themselves. You, on an individual, are creating your ascension process. You're not creating that with your wife or husband. You're creating it for yourself. And it's you who will be in the fifth dimension And you may have others that you know, like a wife and children and so forth, but they have to get there themselves because you're creating your fifth dimension the way you want it, and they're going to create their own fifth dimension the way that they want them want to that experience to be. Um, it's a real hard one to understand because there's no basis upon which we can relate to that, but that in reality is what we're working with as we move through the ascension process. You know, some people say, well, how will I know I'm in fifth dimension? You won't know until you create it. Is that hard to understand? You are the creator of your life experience, especially in third dimension. Physicality is not real. We created a physicality so that we can have the experience in third dimension to do that. So um, I hope I'm not going around in circles on this. I hope people understand that the ascension process is a personalized process. There's nothing you can do for other people. There's nothing you can do for yourself except for you have to create it yourself. How do you do that? You learn how to do that by listening to the voice of the spirit. That's why revelations to you, which we think is phenomenal, it's just a natural way for us to live. God is your father, no less than you have an earthly father that you can talk to. Call him up on the phone, talk to him, get information from him if you like. When you start learning to know, when you start learning or believing that relationship with your father in heaven is meant to be a two-way conversation for you, then you won't feel like you're all alone. It's an ascension process, and you have to go through it. Quit believing in cabal oriented conditioning for us in this third dimension. We have to get out of it. Organized religion is the cabal's way of controlling us. If you want to stay with organized religion, stay with it. But don't expect to be ascending with other people who have given up all of that stuff and embraced the way to live, which is God's way of doing things. I hope that's clear. I think
Thank you,
that's
Ron.
that one. Yeah.
That was a
And
wonderful answer for our family. And we will be right back with another question.